it out better.
Manny Santiago, everybody. Oh my God, always leave him groaning, right? Jeez. I was gonna sing, man. Wow, one more time for Manny, everybody. Drunk and high, combination. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to keep this show rolling. Your next comedian of the night, once you start clapping, I want you to welcome Bryan Group.
He usually runs up there. I'm glad he didn't run up there.
How's everyone doing tonight?
Drunk and high.
So the last guy's shirt, this is a horrible joke, like a B-side joke I wrote somewhere, and there's no punchline to it, but the last guy's shirt made me think of it. He had the Cookie Monster shirt. I'm sure everyone noticed. I'm not ragging on your Cookie Monster shirt. I like Cookie Monster too. But I saw a guy once, and he had the matching hat with the Cookie Monster shirt, and I thought, well, how am I ever going to even use this joke? But I was just wondering, how, like, did he buy them at the same time? Have you guys seen, like, the guys with, like, the matching, like, wacky stuff like that, like, all gangster with the it's like, did he... I don't know. Or it was just like, that Cookie... I have a shirt at home that matches the Cookie Monster. I don't know. I do this part-time, if anyone's seen me before. I thought I never would have a chance to use that Cookie Monster joke that I wrote, like, on page 97 of my joke list, so why not? And never again. Yes. It's hard to do a Sesame Street joke up here. So I've been feeling kind of wild lately, and one of the wild things I did, if you can believe it, is I decided after about 6 months of thinking about it to get a tattoo. So I put a lot of thought into this tattoo, and I thought, what would be a cool thing to get as a tattoo? No one's going to think this is cool. But what I decided to get was my dog's husky mix, so she kind of looks like a wolf, and she likes playing with her ball on her back. So, I like space, which makes no sense because I thought the planet Earth kind of looks like a ball, which is actually the opposite of space, Earth. So I went, and the tattoo artist drew it up for me, and I was like, well, that looks kind of cool, and it looked somewhat familiar, but I couldn't put my finger on what it was, and I said, let's do it. So I thought it was pretty good looking, and it wasn't until a couple weeks later when someone told me, well, at least I hate Internet Explorer too, so that's pretty cool. You got the Firefox logo on your back. You guys can pass that around if you want. So I'm coming out of my getting close to being out of my 20s, going on 30 soon, and I've realized that I'm almost at the point of being grown up. And I've got to figure out if I'm where I wanted to be. And there's a couple things, like my wife and I are thinking of having kids soon, and I don't want to tell them they can be anything they want, because there's some things you just don't want to be. Like president, he's got to get up really early. That wouldn't be cool if you think about it. Astronaut was one of mine. I wanted to be an astronaut. They have to like pee in a really weird thing. I have trouble urinating in public when like two guys are on both sides of me. I would be a wreck on the International Space Station. So that's not good. Rock star was one of mine. I always wanted to be a rock star, and for the longest time, I thought I sounded awesome in the car. You probably don't if you're thinking the same as me. So a couple years ago, I tried karaoke. I have proven with beyond a shadow of a doubt that I have no business ever being a rock star. So I don't feel bad. I didn't miss that dream. But one of the dreams I did sort of pursue, I went to college to be an engineer. And one of the things I wanted to be was a mad scientist. I was like, all right, engineer, I could get there. I could be a mad scientist. So my last job I had, it wasn't too sciencey. I was more in a sales environment, but I was mad all the time. I was always angry. So I changed jobs recently, and it's more engineering, it's more sciencey, but I'm happy.
Yay!
Again, if you haven't seen me, I do this part-time. But I don't know what it would take to be a mad scientist now in the 21st century. Because it used to be like, I'm going to blow the planet up. Now that makes you a terrorist. So I was thinking, what would be the craziest mad science thing you could do? And I think right now it's cloning. I think that's the thing that, okay, those crazy mad scientists are getting into cloning. Best thing to clone right now, especially I think literally right now, I think we're popeless, right? I don't think there's a pope. So no one's guarding the Shroud of Turin at the Vatican. I looked this up before I got here, if anyone's paying attention. The Shroud of Turin's actually in Turin, Italy, not the Vatican. No one cares. Okay. So anyway, no one's guarding it. Like the Pope would be guarding the Shroud of Turin anyway. Like, stay away. That's his job. Does anyone even? Do you guys even know what the Shroud? Okay. Anyway, so the mad science thing to do: sneak into the Vatican, steal some DNA off the Shroud of Turin, pop out a new Jesus. Right? That would be a kind of crazy thing to clone. What would modern day Jesus do? Anyone? I don't know. I think he would be a quarterback on an NFL team. Only problem is he'd be awesome, but I think teams would get a read on him because he'd be doing the same thing all the time. He'd be throwing nothing but Hail Marys. Thank you. All right, we'll keep it going. Easter's coming up. One more Jesus joke. What should Jesus have said to Pontius Pilate as he was being arrested? Anyone? Jesus? No. No es hablo Latin. Me llamo Jesus. All right, so in all seriousness now, back to cloning. Back to cloning. I think what we should really start cloning, I think we should start mixing women with dogs. I think that would be the coolest thing. I mean, who loves dogs? Women and dogs are like the two coolest. See, I'm part-time, I don't have my words right. Women and dogs are two of the coolest things you can think of. Mixing them together would be awesome if you can get the combination right. I want one that's frisky, can lick herself, and knows how to beg. I don't want one that barks orders all day, likes to chew on things, and rubs her ass on the carpet. Actually, say thank you to you guys now. You guys have been great. I want to thank my wife, who's actually here to see me tonight. Yes, let's have a big hand for her. She is actually part Irish and half German. Shepherd.
Yeah. Hey, it's Bryan Group, everybody. Keep it going for a Bryan Group. Yes. I think he's on to something. I mean, that Jennifer Aniston's going to be half collie, right? I mean, take a look at that.
It was good knowing you.
What a bunch of Friends fans here. All right, folks. We're almost at the end here. We got